6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clarksville's biggest music festival, Riverfest, is back again after a 2-year hiatus. The amazing free event was put on hold, as we all know, because of the COVID outbreak, but it's returned bigger and better than ever. And city planners are pulling out all the stops to make sure that the huge event on September 9th and 10th is the best ever. And joining me today is Maggie Houts from the Clarksville Parks and Rec Department. I'm Micah Terrell with 91.9 Public Affairs and APSU-TV. So Maggie, thanks again for coming by. And let's just talk first about a big overview of just how big this event is supposed to be. So I've read some numbers. Some folks are saying like 20,000 people, but you're saying even bigger than that?
Yeah, so I mean, again, this is our longest running festival in Clarksville, and it's our biggest event that we have in Clarksville. So we're projecting 25,000 plus this year, especially because we haven't had a normal 2 years with this festival, so we really are expecting a big crowd this year for sure.
Lots of people, definitely. And McGregor Park is going to be crazy full of fun stuff. So tell us that there's some new things and some great returning things. So tell us about the new features, and then tell us about the fun things that are returning too.
Yeah, so things returning, of course, is our entertainment. This year we really are expanding on the different variety of entertainers that we have, ranging from Hispanic to dance performers, and then we also actually have our first comedian that will be performing at Riverfest. So entertainment is going to be a big thing for us this year. We're also bringing back, of course, our family zone, and then of course the food trucks, our drinks, and everything in between. Something new this year we are bringing is the F2Con, which will be happening at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center all weekend long, and it will be a fun gaming entertainment, which kind of brings a different crowd to Riverfest. And then also too, we are bringing a dragon boat race, which will also coincide with our traditional cardboard regatta boat race happening down at the McGregor boat dock. So kind of a little overview of what is going to be happening this year.
Yeah, very cool. And we'll get to the more on those individual events first, but I want to talk to you about, obviously, the economic boost from this is a huge potential right here, because we just saw with CMA Fest in Nashville, they saw record-breaking numbers, over $65 million in from obviously a huge, much bigger fest, but still very, you could have a comparison here. Again, $1 million more than they had previous in 2019, breaking records. So what are our hopes here for an economic boost for Clarksville?
So for Clarksville, with this festival, we really try to make it free for the entire community to celebrate and enjoy. With this festival, it really does bring people to Clarksville. Like I said, this is the biggest festival in Clarksville. So not only that we are providing this as a free festival for the community, but this also helps with our local businesses to get out in front of us and to actually help make money.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, especially with these last 2 years. I mean, these local businesses have struggled. So this, in a way, gives them this opportunity to really do their business and work within the community.
Yeah, and especially with the inflation that we've seen too, having it be free is really good encouragement to get people to come and be there. Absolutely. And everything too. Yeah, good. And let's talk now about the music acts, because we've got a lot of music acts, nationally known people, local, regional, even some Austin P alums.
Yes.
So tell us about those and let folks know, because I'm sure some people will recognize some names.
Yeah, so absolutely. So this year our goal really was to bring the community together, and we really wanted to come up with ways of how we could really showcase and celebrate the diversity within our city. So with our entertainment lineup, we actually had an entertainment selection committee, which met for a couple times over 3 months to pretty much go through all the applications from our local entertainers. And that was a really exciting thing, because we really wanted the community to decide on the lineups that we have here. So I don't want to say it all, but just to name a few, I know from Austin P we got Lily Cat. She's an alumni. Right. She was one of our top picks when we were selecting entertainment.
Right.
And then
also, shout out real quick to Lily Cat, because she's from our comm department. So,
that's awesome.
So yeah,
yes.
So way to go. Yeah.
And then also we have a rock band. They are called Can't Relate, and they are a group of Austin P college students. So like I said, with this lineup, we really try to stay local as much as possible. And I think that is truly what will bring Clarksville together even more.
Definitely, and having, like you mentioned before and prior, like a wide variety of styles and music, because we have, so many different people
Yeah.
in this town, and again, diversity, including all that. So that's awesome. So again, if you're just tuning in to us here at 91.9 Public Affairs and APSU-TV, I'm Micah Terrell. I'm speaking with Maggie Houts from the Clarksville Parks and Rec Department, all about Riverfest, which is not too far away, September 9th and 10th.
Days.
Right, 29 days. So again, lots of people are going to be converging on Clarksville. Again, we got the locals coming probably, and then of course folks from their nearby communities. What should they plan for regarding parking and traffic?
Yeah, so we have a lot of opportunities for parking. So thanks to Awesome P, we have parking lots 21, 22, 23, so off of College Street and 4th Street. We will have shuttles all throughout the entire festival, going on the entire time, so parking will not be an issue at all. And then we'll also have additional parking all along downtown Clarksville, which is an easy access to just walk across to McGregor Park.
Right, exactly. And McGregor Park, of course, beautiful place, lots of fun right there by the water. It'll be a nice scene. Hopefully the weather will hold.
Yes, we are.
Too.
Yes, crossing fingers.
So I wanted to ask you about that too, because we've had a summer weather pattern where it's like real nice, and then it gets hot, smuggy, and then we have the little rain showers and thunderstorms. What can people anticipate with that too? Are there shelters they can hide under if it gets rainy?
Yeah. So rain or shine, this festival will go on, but of course we are taking caution on what to do if that were to happen. So there is shelter. We have the museum right alongside, and we also have heavy presence of CPD and all of our safety personnel. EMS will be on site, just to make sure that if something were to happen, that everyone will be safe.
Right, because heat's another concern too. I mean, even though most people's summers tend to wind down a little bit in September, and we know here September is usually pretty hot. So it's good to know EMS will be there in case you get hot.
Yep.
Will there be, I know you mentioned drinks, so will there be refreshments for people to get like water and things too, to make sure they stay cool?
Yeah, of course we have our beer tents, but we'll also have drink tents, which is water, Coke, sodas, ice, so everyone will definitely have a thirst.
Good. And you mentioned CPD too, so let's talk about security. Most of us have been like to the big concerts and the big games, the Preds, the Titans there at Nissan Stadium. And of course they have special rules about the little see-through clear bags so they can check things out. Are there any restrictions or anything like that on what people can bring to the festival that they need to know about?
Yeah, so we encourage people just to bring a small purse, as well as, of course, there's no smoking in the parks. Bringing anything prohibited is not allowed in the parks. We do ask you not to bring any pets, just because there's a lot of people and a lot going on. And then as far as just making sure that CPD will be there at all of the different entrances that we have at the festivals, so everyone will be for sure safe.
Yeah, because that's a lot. Again, 25,000. That's a lot of people. Great. And then all ages will be there too. So we'll have, older folks will have some things to check out. What about events and fun things for the kids too? You mentioned F2Con. Tell a little about that. And then any other cool things that the younger ones can check out.
Yeah, so F2Con is powered by CE Light Band. It is their year gaming festival that they always do, and we thought it would be fun to bring it to Riverfest this year since they had to cancel last year. So this is really cool for those gamers who want to have a little competition and compete against each other for a prize. So it'll all be happening at the Wilmer Rudolph Event Center. And then on top of that, we also have our family zone. And then within our family zone, we have inflatables. We are working with nonprofit organizations to provide activities in their booths. We've reached out to Fort Campbell military base, and they're going to be providing a lot of great things in order just for fun military aspect of it all. And then additionally, we actually are pairing up with Nashville Zoo, and they are going to be providing an educational component of bringing some of their snakes to the family zone so kids can enjoy a fun little snake show. That
is great, because I know my youngest is 4 but into snakes, which is kind of wacky and wild, and I don't know, but of course my daughter is like teenager, don't want to be near the snakes, so but that's awesome because the zoo has cool stuff.
I'm terrified of snakes, so I will not be in the family zone. But yeah, they are little snippet. They are bringing a 12-foot python, which is 100 pounds, and it takes 3 people to carry that snake on stage. So,
yeah, but that would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be fun.
So fun and educational too.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Now let's talk food, because obviously food is a huge deal at Riverfest. I love going there because there's always great food. So lots of food trucks. Tell us about what are some of the things they'll be having for folks to buy.
So we actually have our biggest food lineup ever at Riverfest. We have 20 food trucks available. They range from all over the place. The standard festival, so deep fried desserts. We actually have bubble tea for the first time.
Yum. Yeah.
Even more exciting is that we actually have our first vegan truck that'll be there. And then actually our first burger truck that will be there. And it's even wilder is our first sushi truck. That'll be at Riverfest.
That'll be great. Yeah. So good.
Yeah,
Lots of stuff to pick from.
That was our goal too this year, is we really wanted to select the newer ones as well as bring back the original ones. So like I said, it's really variety, and we really hope that we are hitting every single kind of person in Clarksville this year.
Yeah,
with the food.
I was saying,
please come hungry.
The barbecue truck's always amazing. So yeah, so great. And then crafts and vendors. So you said artisans. Obviously, we have lots of folks who are really amazing artists here in Clarksville. What are some of the things can people shop for while they're there?
Yeah, so of course, jewelry has been a popular one. Article clothings we got. We also got paintings. We also got food artisans, so doing kind of their little sweets, homemade stuff. As far as other stuff, it's just, you can only imagine, household goods people are making. It's just a whole array of
it's the whole gamut, right?
Stuff. Yeah,
yeah, nice.
It's great.
And volunteers, we need volunteers badly, what I'm hearing. So, so folks who sign up to help out, where can they work? And obviously they get some fun swag if they sign up. So tell us all about that and how they sign up.
So we really strive on volunteers being a part of our team. They are a part of a team. We can't do Riverfest without them. So some of the roles that we need for our volunteers is to work the inflatables anywhere in the family zone that we need them, down by the boat dock for our regatta race and dragon boat race, and then also with our drink booths, and then just other little things throughout the festival. If a volunteer works for more than 4 hours, we'll provide you guys food and some swag. So it's a great time. It's really a fun experience to be a part of the festival team.
It is, especially now that it's big and it's back. So so great.
And of course, community service too. For your hours.
So. Help out, and get because it's always good to help out the community. Speaking of the community, just to underline what we've talked about since the outset about how this the theme of this Riverfest is to celebrate the diversity that is Clarksville. Talk a little bit more about how we've kind of done that with everything, the music, the food, and everything. Yeah,
so part of our mission for Parks and Recreation really is to build a strong community. And the only way that we can do that is providing that positive experience and making sure that the facilities that we provide is exceptional. And also, of course, preserving our natural resources. So all of that combining with this festival, really we are striving to make sure that we're building that camaraderie between our neighbors. We really, with our food selection, we had a committee that selected the food. It wasn't just us, Parks and Rec. The community chose the foods there, as well as for the entertainment, as well as for the retail and artisan vendors. So we really, this year, we really got the community behind the planning of Riverfest, which was definitely a thing that we really wanted to strive on this year.
Right, and for those just coming and joining us today here at 91.9 Public Affairs and APSU-TV, I'm Micah Terrell talking with Maggie Houts from Clarksville Parks and Rec about Riverfest, September 9th and 10th at McGregor Park. And a lot of planning went into this. Like you mentioned, we talked a few months ago, and you're like, we're working on finding the music and acts. Talk a little bit about the planning, it's a lot of work that people might not understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. Pretty much start the day after Riverfest happens. It's just a lot of it really entails on truly what that mission of the festival is, the theme this year, and really the different components of how the festival actually becomes. Like I said, entertainment, it is probably one of our biggest things to really work on. It takes about a year to do so. Just every part of this festival really comes with a lot of thinking, and a lot of people are involved into this, so it really takes a journey, and it takes a team, and it also takes that strive and motivation and passion to really bring a festival out to a community.
It does. Several months, and again, a lot of great creative minds coming together, which was awesome that we had so many folks from the community pitching in and giving their input. So again, it's not just what Clarksville Parks and Rec wants, it's everybody.
Everyone wants.
So so that's awesome. So in case anybody who's listening or watching has never been to Riverfest before, what are some of the things that you can kind of give them an idea of what it's like how exciting it is and everything? Because I've been and seen all the cool music and all the cool fun, but if somebody hasn't gone, what would you like to tell them?
So actually, funny story, I have not been to a Riverfest yet. So of the 3 years I've been here, it has been canceled, and I'm planning the first one. So what I can give to the people who've never been to Riverfest is just imagine being in an area that is just full of joy, full of community. Everywhere you turn, there's something going on for you. Again, with Riverfest, it is where we are not only just targeting one specific person, it is everything. And so our goal is to really strive on bringing in those different variety of activities, components to the festival that is an enjoyment for everyone, not just for one specific person. So, I mean, this is, like I said, the largest event in Clarksville. Of course you want to be a part of it.
Right, and it's a signature event that celebrates the river, which the Cumberland River is a huge part of what Clarksville is, right? I mean, we have the rivers made Clarksville what it is. Sometimes, you know, flooding happens, not so great, but
being in the park itself too. I mean, Clarksville is known for our parks, and it being in one of the most beautiful parks, it's a really good thing for Clarksville and for anyone to be involved in this, working on the planning side of it or just even showing up.
Right, definitely. And if you wanted to sum up Riverfest in one sentence, could you do it? I know it's kind of tough.
I say everything.
Yeah. Because it's a long list of music and food and fun and crafts and snakes. We're gonna have snakes.
Yeah. It is going to be the most. Ooh, this is a really tough one. If I could say a couple words.
Yeah, you can say a couple words. That's fine. That's good.
I would say it's the best community bonding experience that Clarksville can ever have.
Yeah, I think so too. Because when I the one time, like I said, it was back in 2018. It was really, again, a lot of people, but lots of fun, and everybody was just really excited. It's an exciting time. So what if people want to know more about Riverfest? What should they do?
Yeah, so you can head on to our website or any of our social medias. You can go to clarksvilleparksandrec.com/Riverfest, and you can learn all about Riverfest. And then I said, social media, we are pretty active on announcing everything at Riverfest. So
right, because you're on Facebook, and I know
Instagram,
a lot of stuff there.
Twitter, yes.
Right, exactly. And again, let's remind folks about the dates and then times too, because in case they want to go ahead and plan ahead and kind of block that weekend out. Friday and Saturday is a big time for a lot of folks. Yeah.
So it's a 2-day. So it's on Friday, September 9th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then Saturday, September 10th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. all down at the McGregor Park.
Great, awesome. And again, free admission. We can't beat that. And of course, lots of food. Folks from here in Clarksville will be playing music. Lots of folks. Again, I know you're going to announce as we go. When can we find out more of the lineup as we?
So actually, this week as we're just about to start. So stay tuned to our social media pages, and we'll slowly but surely start announcing.
Very cool, very exciting. Again, we're hearing some nationally known people, because again, you're like kind of getting piquing our interest. The last time I talked to you, like there's some big names. You're going to be so excited, and I'm just like, oh, you can't tell us though. So yeah, so cool.
Yeah, and then also too, our headliner is Generation Radio. They were actually scheduled for last year, so we're bringing them on for this year. So they're a mixture of Rascal Flatts, Journey, and Chicago. So it'll be a great finale at the end.
Yes, very nice. And again, just to circle back, anything that we didn't address, we talked about a lot. We talked about music, we talked about food, we talked about crafts. Again, Kid Zone for the kids with cool educational fun with the snakes and everything.
Yes.
So yeah. And again, Maggie, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Just come. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I was going to say your message to the folks in Clarksville and again surrounding areas, anybody who tunes in. So wonderful. Maggie Houts with Clarksville Parks and Rec. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We encourage everybody to check out Clarksville's huge festival, Riverfest.
We're ready for you, Clarksville.
Right. On September 9th and 10th down at McGregor Park. And I'm Micah Terrell with 91.9 Public Affairs and APSU-TV.